List of alleged extraterrestrial beings. Number 7, all of them. Hello. In this video we will tell you about all aliens we know today. Before we begin, do not forget to like and subscribe for more of this kind of videos. From the Exopolitics Hong Kong website. Spanish version. ETAZ listing compiled from many sources. There are just over 10 million worlds in this universe with similar humanities to our own. This is but a few races who are or have been involved with our life wave for some reason. Arcturians. Arcturus is one of the most advanced extraterrestrial civilizations in our galaxy. It is a fifth-dimensional civilization which, in reality, is like a prototype for Earth's future. Its energy works with humanity as an emotional, mental and spiritual healer. It is also an energy gateway through which humans pass during death and rebirth. It functions as a way station for non-physical consciousness to become accustomed to physicality. The book, The Keys of Enoch, has described it as the midway station or programming center used by the physical brotherhoods in our local universe, to govern the many rounds of experiments with physicals on our end of the galaxy. Their total focus in every aspect of their society to the path of God realization. The Arcturians teach that the most fundamental ingredient for living in the fifth dimension is love. They teach that negativity, fear, and guilt must be overcome and be exchanged for love and light. Arcturus is the brightest star in the Boötes constellation, click image right, which is approximately 36 light-years from Earth. The Arcturians work in very close connection with the Ascended Masters, whom they refer to as the Brotherhood of the All. They also work very closely with what they refer to as the Galactic Command. The Arcturians travel the universe in their starships, which are some of the most advanced in the entire universe. One of the reasons that Earth has not been attacked by more warlike negative extraterrestrials has been these civilizations' fear of these advanced starships of the Arcturians. These ships are the cutting-edge state-of-the-art technology. One of the starships circling the Earth is called the Starship Athena, named after one of the Greek gods. The Arcturian society is governed by what they call the Elders. These beings are revered by the people of Arcturus for the advanced knowledge, wisdom, and extremely high vibrational frequencies. The higher the vibrational frequency, the closer one is to light, or spirit or God. The Arcturians are very short in physical stature, about 3 to 4 feet tall. They are also very slender. They also all look very much alike in appearance. The Arcturians pride themselves in this because this erases the pettiness of comparison of looks which is so predominant in our society. The Arcturians are the most loving and non-judgmental beings you can possibly imagine. Their skin is a greenish color. They have very large almond-shaped eyes. They only have 3 fingers. They have the ability to move objects with their minds, and are totally telepathic. The source of food is an effervescent type of liquid that is highly vitalizing to their entire being. Their eyes are a dark brown or black color. Their main source of seeing is actually through their telepathic nature, not their physical eyes. Their sense of hearing even transcends their telepathic nature. They also have an ability to sense with the back of their heads. The average lifespan is from 350 to 400 of our Earth years. Their highly developed spiritual nature has allowed them to never age, since they have the ability to transcend time and space. They terminate the life when the contract that has been arranged for their existence is up. There is also no sickness on Arcturus, it was eliminated centuries ago. Agarians. Or Agartians. A group of Asiatic or Nordic humans who, sources claim, discovered a vast system of caverns below the region of the Gobi Desert and surrounding areas thousands of years ago, and have since established a thriving kingdom within, one which has been interacting with other planetary systems up until current times. Vast cavern systems below Tibet allegedly link the Agarthi systems of Central Asia to Snaki world, a multileveled cavern system under the southwestern slopes of the Himalayas where the Nagas dwell, according to Hindu legend. Here a serpent cult of human and reptilian collaborators dwells, one which is said to have had contact with the Nazi Thule society during World War II. Long ago an Asian prince is said to have led several militant followers, warrior monks, into the caves and came in conflict with this serpent cult. Following the conflict, the reptilians and collaborating forces were driven out. However, in recent centuries they have regained some ground. Alpha Draconians. Reptilian beings who are said to have established colonies in Alpha Draconis, Thuban. Click image right. Like all reptilians, these claim to have originated on Terra thousands of years ago, a fact that they use to justify their attempt to retake the Earth for their own. They are apparently a major part of a planned invasion which is eventually turning from covered infiltration mode to overt invasion mode as the window of opportunity, the time span before international human society becomes an interplanetary and interstellar power, slowly begins to close. They are attempting to keep the window open by suppressing advanced technology from the masses, which would lead to eventual Terran colonization of other planets by Earth and an eventual solution to the population, pollution, food, and other environmental problems. Being that Terrans have an inbred warrior instinct, the Draconians do not want them/us to attain interstellar capabilities and therefore become a threat to their imperialistic agendas. Draconian. Alpha Centaurians. The extraterrestrials from Alpha Centauri vibrate and resonate on the band of violet light. This civilization has enormous scientific and technical knowledge that is of the highest quality in the universe. The Alpha Centaurians are very theoretical. Part of their mission on Earth is to help raise the Earth's scientific, technical, and theoretical knowledge. Their mission is to also find ways to make this knowledge understandable to our society, since they are so much more advanced. One of the ways they are doing this is by telepathically linking up with some of our most advanced scientists. Because these beings are so incredibly intelligent and are of such a high vibration, they sometimes have a difficult time grounding these ideas on the earthly plane. The beings from Sirius are very good at bridging this gap, because they are very good at the practical application of these ideas, and making these theories usable for our third-dimensional society. The Sirians are the workers and doers of the Earth. Altairians. Alleged reptilian inhabitants of the Altair stellar system in the constellation Aquila, in collaboration with a smaller Nordic human element and a collaborative Grey and Terran military presence. Headquarters of a collective known as the Corporate, which maintains ties with the Ashta and Draconian collectives. Draconian. Amphibians. Similar to the saurians or reptiloids, yet being hominoid creatures with reptilian as well as amphibian-like features and are semi-aquatic in nature. May have once lived on land, yet became more aquatic over the centuries. They have been encountered near swampy regions, rivers, etc., and have been known to attack people without being provoked. It is interesting that some types of greys and reptiloids are believed to be semi-aquatic, having webbed fingers and toes. Draconian. Anakim, they. Also referred to the Els, short for elder race or simply as the Giants. Referred to in ancient Hebrew tradition, this race is allegedly tied in with a branch of ancient humans who broke off from mainstream humanity because of their vast size which had developed over the centuries, possibly as a result of a genetic anomaly. They are said to range anywhere from 9 to 11 feet and in some cases even 12 feet in height, although in configuration they are remarkably similar to international humans. Are said to possess a means of molecular condensing and expansion which allows some of their kind to mingle among humans on the surface. They have allegedly been encountered in deep and extensive cavern systems below the western part of North America, as far north as Alaska, as far south as Mexico, and as far east as Texas. They are believed to have interstellar traveling capabilities. Antarctican. This is allegedly a secret area of operations for both human and reptilian beings. It is said by some that Aryan Nazi scientists actually developed disc-shaped aircraft capable of very advanced aerial performance, and that swastikas have been seen on a few aerial discs. They may be piloted by a purebred blonde, blue-eyed Aryan race. There appears to be more than one blonde human society involved in the UFO scenarios, and especially subterranean human societies may have developed blonde hair due to lack of sunlight. There does not seem to be anything more than a peripheral connection between the Antarcticans, the Telosian and the Pleiadian blondes, i.e. we will refer to the Antarcticans as the Aryans, the Telosians as the Blondes, and the Pleiadians as the Nordics in order to discourage confusion. The Antarcticans may consist largely of batch-consigned purebred blue-eyed, blonde Aryans who became victims of Hitler's obsession to create a super race, and as suggested by Harbinson and others, most of these may be controlled through mind manipulation and implants, being human drones who are used to keep this hidden society functioning. A massive joint humanoid reptiloid underground system called the New Berlin is said to lie below the mountains of New Schwabenland, Antarctica. It is said by some sources that this joint human alien force has spread terror through this sector of the galaxy, conquering and committing untold atrocities against the peaceful inhabitants of other worlds. The famous abductee Barney Hill, who along with his wife Betty was abducted by Zeta Reticuli Greys in 1961, stated under regressive hypnosis that he had encountered an evil-eyed German Nazi working with the Greys on board the craft. It is claimed that the original treaty with the Greys was established by the Bavarian Thule and Illuminati societies as early as 1933, and this collaboration was brought into America via the CIA, which was established with the help of American Nazi fifth column agents as well as European Nazis who were brought into America through Project Paperclip and other operations. Atlans. These are humans, usually described as being benevolent by comparison to other groups, who are said to inhabit vast and complex cavern cities beneath southern Brazil and surrounding regions. The term Atlantean or Atlan in reference to these races, has been placed upon them because of the fact that these cavern networks along the east coast of Brazil were reportedly once a part of the antediluvian Atlantean Empire. The present inhabitants have no direct genetic relation to the ancient Atlantean society which is said to have controlled these cavern systems several millennia ago, but are referred to as Atlanteans simply because they are descendants of those who rediscovered and inhabited the ancient Atlan installations. As in North America and other continents, both common and gnome-like humans have been encountered here, some of which possessed advanced aerial or disc technology. The Telosians claim to have some connections with South America, especially the Mato Grosso region where a sister city named Pazit exists in a large cavern system underground. Ashta Command. The airborne division of the Great White Brotherhood. One of the most interesting and intriguing extraterrestrial groups of them all is that of Commander Ashta and the Ashta Command. Commander Ashta is the man who is in charge of the airborne division of the Great White Brotherhood, or Brotherhood of Light. Commander Ashta and his vast extraterrestrial army of workers of over 20 million, work closely and in conjunction with the Ascended Masters. Besides the 20 million personnel under his command in our solar system, of which he is in charge, there are another 4 million members and workers on the physical plane. Commander Ashta, himself, is a great and noble being approximately 7 feet in height with blue eyes. His body type is that of the atom Cadman, which means it is similar to ours of Earth. He evolved from the planet Ashta, in his development as a soul. He has never had an embodiment on planet Earth. Although Commander Ashta is in charge of the space fleet in our solar system, he is not restricted to this sector of space in terms of his service. He represents our solar system in the council meetings of our galaxy, and universes throughout the greater omni-universe. One of the important things to understand about Commander Ashta and his army of workers, and fleet of extraterrestrial aircraft, is that they are etheric in nature. They do not have physical bodies like we do, however they are able to manifest physical bodies, and manifest their aircraft onto the physical plane anytime they want. A person seeing them would not think of them any differently than you or I. Most of the life on the other planets in our solar system is etheric in nature. Sometimes for this reason these beings have been called Etherians. They would not be considered disincarnate beings for they do have bodies. They are in a state of evolution just as we are, and their life on their plane is not that much different than ours, except that they have transcended much of the lower self and astral desire that the people of Earth struggle with so frequently. Commander Ashta also works closely with the angelic kingdom, most specifically with Archangel Michael. Commander Ashta is an extremely loving and gentle man but stern and adamant in his mission to serve, educate, and protect humankind throughout the solar system. Commander Ashta and his crew do not wish to be seen as gods, but rather as comrades and equals with us on paths of ascension and beyond. Two of his main missions are to spiritually educate mankind to their true mission for being here, and secondly to defend and protect the Earth and the solar system from hostile and selfish extraterrestrial groups. People have no idea of the gratitude that is entitled to him and his tireless crew and workers. The Ashta Command and the negative extraterrestrials. There are many extraterrestrial civilizations throughout the galaxy, universe, and omni-universe that have come to Earth to collect data and perform experiments for their own selfish purposes. They are not here to be of service. Some of these extraterrestrials are of what might be termed a neutral nature, and some are serving the dark forces. There are also negative extraterrestrials who openly oppose the Great White Brotherhood and the Ashta Command. They would seize the planet and take it over if they could. It is the Ashta Command and civilizations like that of Arcturus that have protected us from this taking place. Just like in Star Trek, there are bands of renegades in their starships that are escorted out of our sector by these commands. Many of the Ashta Command walk among us on our streets on Earth without us even being aware of it. The Ashta Command serves in a certain sense as heaven's policeman. There are actually 6 planets in the Orion system, and a group called the Diros, from inner space, that have had to be cordoned off, so beware of anything to do with the Orion Nebula. One of the problems the Ashta Command has is that if our government makes legally binding agreements with certain negative extraterrestrial groups, they are not allowed to interfere with our free choice, unless we are endangering our solar system and galaxy. The number of negative extraterrestrials is small in number compared to the vast number of positive extraterrestrials. However, the negative ones are quite dangerous if not controlled. Thank goodness for the Ashta Command. As a general rule, the cigar-shaped UFO craft are potentially the dangerous extraterrestrials. There are a few exceptions to this rule. Bernarians. Inhabitants of the Bernard star system. Although not much has been written about them, it seems that human beings at least in part control this star system, along with the Orange. Whether the Saurians have any influence or not is uncertain, however some sources indicate a possible collaboration similar to that within our own Sol system. Bootines. Reptilians from the Boötes system. These, and reptilian entities from the Draconis system are allegedly involved with the Dulce scenario as well as the infiltration implantation control of human society on Earth in anticipation of their planned takeover at some point in the future. Draconian. Burrowers. Another mutation of the saurian or serpent race that is capable of burrowing through the Earth. Possibly quadrupedal as well as bipedal, these have been known to use their natural boring abilities to create artificial tunnels like moles, or even spontaneously produced cave-ins. The latter has allegedly been used in attempts to entrap or kill unsuspecting intruders into the underground domains. These may possess a highly developed biosensing system. Cedians. Or Tau Cedians. A human race of Mediterranean or South American appearing, tan-skinned humans. Very similar to Caucasian humans on Terra except for slight differences. Slightly pointed ears. Higher physical density for their size. Slightly broader nose. 5'5" tall on average. Often wear short Roman or crew-style haircuts. Tau Ceti and Epsilon Eridani are said to be a major convergence of extra-round human activity, and are said to be in alliance with the Pleiadians, who in turn, according to contacts, have federated alliances with the Vegans, the Ummites, and others. The Cedian alliance with the Pleiadians and other societies who have been victimized by the Grey Predators is based on a desire to establish a common defense against their reptilian nemesis. Chameleon. Reptilians genetically bred to enable themselves to appear human. Also less humanoid-appearing reptiloids who use a form of technosis, molecular shape-shifting and/or laser holograms to produce an outward human appearance. Reports of these have surfaced from underground joint operational facilities near Dulce, New Mexico, Dowdway, Utah, Groom Lake, Nevada, Deep Springs, California, Fort Lewis, Washington, and elsewhere. They are reportedly involved in some type of infiltration agenda. These infiltrators can appear remarkably human outwardly, however at the same time retaining reptilian or neosaurian internal organs. Often described as appearing bulge-eyed with scaly, hairless skin behind their disguise. One report alleged that the chameleons may utilize artificial lenses to conceal slit-pupilled iris. Some claim they are genetically bred mercenaries who are part of an advanced guard of a planned silent invasion takeover of human society. Council of Five. Very little is known about the 5 alien races that are part of the Council of Five. The races that are part of this council, previously known as the Council of Nine, have been protecting Earth and humans for as long as there are alien records of it. Some say that have been protecting the planet even before humans existed, for millions of years. An alien race reported that the Council of Five last meet on Earth in 1994. Note of Petro and myself, we found a handwriter note on the ARB dated July-2005 stating that the Council of Five is going to meet on Earth during the last 10 days of August 2013. The same note also mentioned the fact that the presence and arrival of those 5 races could cause cosmic events that can affect Earth's atmosphere. And it also said that humans would be seeing an increase of alien ships activity during that period. Continuation of note. The note also states that the meeting of council is to discuss possible threats to Earth and humans as well as the fact that so many new alien race have been visiting Earth lately. By lately the note states that means to the 5 for past 500 years. According to several alien races, the Council of Five, at the time Council of Nine, has monitored the human evolution since primordial times, since humans were only a one-cell marine organism and throughout all natural evolution, when humans became primate-like creatures and beyond, after the Anunnaki aka Anunnaki interference. According to same alien race, all evolutionary sequence in all planets have a beginning and end, with the exception of minor details due mostly to radical weather change. After the Anunnaki tempered with the DNA of primates and created humans, the Council of Five decided to not only monitor but also to protect us, as they realized that one day humans would be able to join other alien races in development and enlightenment. The Council of Five is composed of the following races: Orella, Igorot, Jinvo, Redan, and Emerthur. It is generally agreed that the Emether spelling is the most important race not only of the Council but also amongst all Nose races. They are related to the Solipsiri, but much older and advanced in all levels. They were one of the founder races of the Council. They met with USA President D. Eisenhower in 3 different occasions. They also met with 2 high-ranking USSR leaders in 3 different occasions, and they do not force anything upon humans, to meet with USA President R. Nixon, but he refused, claiming that it would be too dangerous as they could maybe read his mind and find out about delicate national security secrets concerning the relations with the USSR. Cynocephaly. The word cynocephaly is taken, through Latin, from the Greek word kappa nu omicron kappa phi lambda omicron iota kinoke phaloi, from kino, combining form of kappa omega nu kyn, meaning dog, and kappa epsilon phi alpha lambda kephal, meaning head. The same dog root is found in the name Cynomorpha, dog-shaped, for a subgroup of the family Cercopithecidae, which contains many species of macaques and baboons. The use of dog-headed, human-bodied characters is still very strong in modern literature. In the domain of comics publishing in North America and in Europe, many works feature an all-cynocephalic cast or use the heads of dogs and other animals together for social comment or other purposes. In the Pulitzer Prize-winning graphic novel Mouse by Art Spiegelman, Jews have human bodies and the heads of mice, while characters with their roots in the United States have human bodies and the heads of dogs, Germans have the heads of cats, and the French have the heads of frogs. The comic book Ghost Rider features a villain named Doghead. He is an anthropomorphic dog who serves Blackheart, the son of Mephisto, the Marvel Comics version of the devil. The hero of Bottolino, a novel by Umberto Eco, has to face dog-headed people at the end of his journey. Dog-headed creatures based on the ancient accounts appear in many modern role-playing games, such as Dungeons and Dragons. A fearsome race of dog-faced warriors appear in Terry Jones' book Eric the Viking. The title character in Scott Adams' cartoon Dilbert once dated a dog-headed woman, described as fetching. The Talmud states that at the time before the Messiah, the face of the generation will have the face of a dog. Talmud, Sota 49b, Talmud, Sanhedrin 97a. The Chinese legend of Fuxi included variations where he had a dog's head, or he and his sister Nuwa had ugly faces. In the United States there are tales of dog-headed creatures, including the Michigan Dogman, and the wolf-like beast of Bray Road of Wisconsin. The Wolver of the Scottish Shetland Isles. Psaglov in Serbian mythology. The Nakumarians, in the Voyage and Travels of Sir John Mandeville. Itbarak in Turkic mythology. Dals. The Dals are a handsome Nordic-looking race, much like the Northern European Caucasians. They are able to breathe our atmosphere without special equipment. It must be understood, however, that many, if not most of the extraterrestrials do not have the Adam Cadman style of physical bodies that we have. It is important that this not scare us. Dwarfs. Diminutive humans who have allegedly been encountered in or near caverns in various parts of the world, including Northern California and the southeastern Arizona/southwestern New Mexico region, and in some in connection to UFOs, although most reported dwarf sightings in connection to UFOs are actually sightings of the Saurian Greys. These should not be confused with the small elementals or nature spirits, which some believe are ethereal in nature yet have the ability to appear in solid or semi-solid form at times. The dwarf races are allegedly just as human as surface peoples but average between 3 to 4 feet in height, although at times they have been seen as small as 2 feet. As with the giants or else, this diminutivity may have resulted in a genetic anomaly which ran its course due to the separation of their race, from the international gene pool. They allegedly live in subterranean systems to a large extent as a protective measure. And as we've said, some allegedly possess aerial disc technology and interplanetary travel capabilities. This was it. Did you like this video and do you want more of this kind of videos? Then just like and subscribe.